Hello, hello. How's everybody doing tonight? This is DJ Stevo, and you're in the underground. We've got an amazing show ahead of us tonight. We've got an artist that we've been spinning her music for many years now via the my show over there on American Veterans Radio, and we just love her music. Alpha is going to be in the room in a minute, but before she gets here, I wanted to shout out all the listeners out there. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you send a lot of love up that screen for this girl because she is totally amazing. We're going to get up close and personal with her. She's going to perform some amazing songs. And we got a couple videos in line that we're going to have streaming for you tonight, too. So we got a great show ahead of us. I'm glad you're all here. Please share, share, share. Get this video out there so a lot of people can meet Alpha. And without further ado, I'm going to bring her in to the room. Hello, hello. How are you doing, Alpha?
Hello.
Good to see you.
Doing good. Yeah, good to see ya.
It's been a while.
Yeah, it has been like a couple of years, I think.
Well, actually, we came up to LA and we sat in with you for one of your shows up there at that one hotel. What was it called?
Oh, goodness. I don't even remember.
Yeah, it was
So long ago.
it was near the airport,
That was probably Renaissance,
Renaissance Hotel.
I
Exactly.
think. Yeah.
Yeah, we went up there and
Yeah.
my son Hans actually performed with you guys, and it was a great time.
Yeah. My goodness. And
Yeah,
Hans is doing great.
he is. He's working hard, and he's graduated from the Art Institute, so he's a sound engineer, and he's
Nice.
producing music. He's working for some
Excellent.
podcast companies. So yeah, he's doing good. What have you been up to?
Let's see, what have I been up to? Well, since we last really caught up, so much. Just performing and have released a whole bunch of things. Put out my last full record in 2017. And then I signed a distribution deal with Warner Philippines. So we've been
Nice.
releasing some singles in the last 2 years. You know, up until March this year, I had a pretty regular schedule of gigging and teaching music, as well as, recording and going around touring, traveling and stuff. So yeah, everything came to a grinding halt in March. I was actually supposed to go on tour and release an album this year. And so just kind of working out how I'm going to do my release now. But there will be some new music. So I'm actually going to play a bunch of new songs tonight.
Very
So
cool. I mean, I love all your
yeah,
music. Um,
thank you.
I remember playing your music on my show. I used to have that show, the Hour of Girl Power show. It was at 6 o'clock a.m. here in California, but I played that early so Europe could hear it and see it too. So
Nice.
I think you got a lot of followers from those days up over there in Germany and the UK and stuff like that. But
Gotta
one,
love those Europeans.
yeah, and one song is that sticks to my mind. That was always a favorite. Is the was it Cup of Coffee?
Yes, that's wow, wow, that's definitely way back in the day. I love that song too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I always played that and got lots of requests for that song
Oh,
on
that's awesome.
Saturday mornings early.
That cup of coffee, Saturday morning.
Yeah, yeah.
Subliminal messaging.
So what I wanted to do tonight is I really think you're so you have an amazing voice. You got some great tones in your voice that
Thank
I
you.
brag to everybody about. And you lyrically, you just are really amazing. Like that song "Cup of Coffee." I mean, you're so amazing with your lyrics that I want to try to get into some of these songs and maybe talk some lyrics too.
Yeah, I would love to. I love nerding out on music.
Cool. Well, why don't you properly introduce yourself? I don't know if I properly introduced you or not.
Yeah, sure. To everyone who's joining us, my name is Alpha. Hello. I am a singer-songwriter. I was born in the Philippines and raised in New Jersey, woo woo, but I live here in LA now, and I've lost count. I've got a bunch of albums out, and just love doing music and happy to be here. And I'm gonna play some songs for you guys. Most importantly, I should probably tell you that.
Very cool. And speaking of New Jersey, don't you have a song about New Jersey?
I do. I have a song called Bergenfield, New Jersey.
Yeah, I used to spin that too. Very cool. Wow, so cool. So how about playing a song for us?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just gonna start off with a new one, new-ish. It hasn't been released yet. This is called "Be My Worst," and well, you know what? We'll talk about the song afterwards. I'm kind of itching to sing, so. I'm gonna see the light in the dark, hiding behind the disguise of a spark, and I know right then it'll be alright. For now, I'm gonna worry about losing sleep, 'cause the cost of doing business is my heart on my sleeve. I don't know this part, I don't know how to start. Living my best life like they tell me to, dance in the dark and speaking my truth. But I wanna be my worst around you. I always gotta worry I don't have what I need. The lies feel true when I feel incomplete. In a perfect picture, I'll trade impatience for a little time. Just do your best and I'll do mine. I don't own my world. In the end, I'm only a girl, living my best life like they tell me to, daring the dream and speaking my truth. But I wanna be my worst around you. I'll tell you how I'm feeling with no makeup on, ugly crying when the day is done. Oh, I wanna be my worst around you. Won't you do your worst to me? Won't you do your worst to me? You're the only one that I can really talk to when I get so tired of being me. There's a darkness in my soul that doesn't really scare you when I don't feel like I have to be. Living my best life like they tell me to, staring on the devil and speaking my truth. But I wanna be my worst around you. I'll tell you how I'm feeling with no makeup on, ugly cry on the day is done. Oh, I wanna be my worst around you. Won't you do your worst to me? Won't you do your worst to me? To me, to me.
Amazing, amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah. And those are the tones I've been telling you guys about right there. So you learned, how old were you when you came over from the Philippines?
I was 6, just
6.
about.
Do you
Yeah.
still speak Tagalog or whatever?
Well, my family spoke Bisaya, which I know you've adopted Filipino children. So you
Child,
may
yeah.
understand. Yeah, you may understand that there's so many languages in the Philippines, even though it's a small country. And so my family speaks Bisaya, and I grew up. I was there long enough to obviously speak that language, but not long enough to properly learn Tagalog. So, it's funny when I encounter other Filipinos here and I'm like, I know Bisaya, I don't know Tagalog. And they're like, what? That's so weird.
And
I'm
they
like, yeah, that's why.
and they probably look at you and think you understand and start talking to you in Tagalog, right?
Yeah, well, and the funny thing is it's happened enough times that I've picked up enough Tagalog that I can actually sneak by a conversation without somebody realizing that I didn't understand everything.
Oh, that's good. Well, speaking of my son Hans, he doesn't understand any of it.
Wow,
But he,
wow.
he came over at
Well, I mean, it's exposure, right?
yeah. Well,
So,
he came over at 3.5, so he couldn't speak a bit of English when I first
yeah.
met him and stuff. So the only words he knew was like chocolate, chocolate.
Well, that's very important. So, of course.
You know, yeah,
Yeah, but I think there's something good about coming here young, and I consider myself to have been pretty young when I got here too, because you just soak in the language,
yeah,
and you just, without any real formal training, I didn't even go to ESL. You just pick it up, over time.
yeah. Watching TV or whatever.
Yeah, you're a sponge at that age.
Exactly, exactly. Well, cool. So, talk a little bit about Jersey. You're a Jersey girl too.
I am. Yeah. Well, what can I say about Jersey? It gets a bad rap, but that's because we're protective of it, and we don't want just anyone there. But no, actually, I quite love Jersey. I think it's a great place to grow up. It's a great place to raise a family. It's not all oil refineries, which everybody thinks, or the Jersey Shore. It's not
Yeah,
all that.
it's not the
I
Jersey
grew up in
Shore.
a part of Jersey that was really wooded, very had a forest in my backyard, just really nice and beautiful in nature.
Yeah, a lot like where I grew up. I grew up in Amsterdam, New York, which was upstate New York,
All
above,
right, on.
like
What
around
county?
Montgomery County. So it was near the capital,
Okay,
and
cool.
it very much like Jersey. If you drove down a Jersey Street, it'd be just like driving down Amsterdam
Yeah.
Street.
Yeah, that's what people don't realize because they see the airport. So they think that's all of Jersey.
Yeah,
And you're like, nope, that's not all of it.
very cool. So,
Yeah.
did you how old were you when you actually got interested in music?
Well, it's funny because I think I started doing music before I was interested in it, because I was kind of forced. at a young age. I think my mom, I actually have a memory of my mom like sitting me down at the piano with my teacher and her basically just going, "This is your piano teacher." And I had no prior warning that I was going to be learning piano, or it was just a given. It was like, "You're going to learn piano." So I think that I really started getting interested in it maybe when I was 8, because my school system where I grew up, they just really loved music in my system, which I feel like was such a blessing. In fourth grade, they asked you to learn an instrument. They would say you either pick an instrument or you sing, but you had to do something. So I was like, oh, I always wanted to learn the violin. So that was my choice. As much as I love the piano was forced on me, whereas the violin was my choice. So I just got into it, really loved it, studied it for 10 years,
Wow.
and
And
kind of dove into it that
you
way.
still playing?
Still playing. I'm actually, this new record I'm working on, I'm playing a lot more violin in it, which I'm so excited about. Because it's like one of these things that people don't realize that I do because I never really, you know, talked about it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm happy that I'm bringing it into the light a little bit for my original music.
I think it's really cool when like street performers get out there and play
I
violin.
know.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
I love
it
that.
is. Totally.
I had a I never had a violinist here yet, and I want to try all instruments. But on my outside stage, the Moonlight Session stage, I had Blind Mountain Holler here, and one of them played a cello, which was amazing. They
Oh,
they,
cool.
they
I
play.
love the cello. I just can't get my fingers around that thing. It's so big.
Yeah, it's a cool instrument too.
It is. But yeah, I mean, the violin was really the first instrument I chose and I fell in love with. And then I realized I wanted to write music. And that's really, I learned guitar for the purposes of having an instrument I could carry with me, not a piano, you know. It's a bit too big,
Yeah,
a little bit.
I actually took violin lessons in elementary school, but it wasn't for the love of music. It's because there was a girl taking violin that I had a crush on.
Why am I not surprised?
So, needless to say, my parents like took it away from me after not too long.
Yeah.
You know, because that's an instrument would drive everybody nuts, anyways, right? When you're first
Yes.
learning. So,
Yeah.
I guess your parents were appreciative they were trying because in the beginning, none of it sounds
Yeah.
good.
Oh, I really, they're saints for having to put up with the first 2 years of me playing violin when it sounded absolutely terrible. Yeah.
Wow, if I knew you played violin, I would have asked you to play. I don't know, man.
Sorry.
Next
It's packed
time,
up here somewhere. Yeah,
next
next time.
time, and hopefully when you come down to San Diego, you can pop in and play some songs for us.
Yeah,
That would be great.
absolutely. Once it's safe to,
Yeah,
who knows?
I tell you, the music industry's on its on its ear with all this. A lot of people are hurting really bad.
Yeah, well, it'll be very interesting to see how things change. I mean, like I mentioned, I was supposed to go on tour for a month in the fall, and even that's out. And if that's out, everything else is also out. It's
Yeah, was it
it's
a
unbelievable to think of, the magnitude. It's pretty crazy.
yeah, was that a West Coast tour or
This was actually a cross country tour. A friend of mine named Kavehi, she's amazing. She's an old friend of mine, and we were gonna do a tour together, and we were gonna have our husbands on board, and they were gonna shoot a documentary. It was
wow?
gonna be a month long, from West Coast to East Coast. I was so excited about it, and then yeah, just watching the news, it was like, yeah, it's not gonna happen.
Yeah, I wish.
But there'll be other years. I'm
Yeah,
not I'm not dwelling on it too
yeah,
much.
we'll get through it. We always do. We're Americans.
Yeah, we'll make it through, of course.
Cool. Well, let's have another song. And I'm gonna.
Yeah, sure, sure, sure. Oh, goodness, what should I? Oh, yeah, I sang this one for you yesterday a little bit. So this is a song I wrote with a good friend of mine named Lee J, and it's called Johnny and June. End of the world, just you and me, tumbling free fall, no reasoning. I still choose you, hope you choose me. Count on me breathing and what my life brings. Just 'cause it's simple, Don't make it easy to do. You're the tick to my talk, the key to my lock. Just like Johnny and June, love from sun to the moon. I'm here by your side till the last hour rise. Maybe I'm scared, but I'm here till the end with you. Ooh, ooh, with you. Oh, oh. The push and the pull, the long winding road hasn't been easy, but so beautiful. Hours into days, bleed into months, shielding each other till the darkness is gone. It used to be simple, running beneath the sun. You're the tick to my talk, the key to my lock. Just like Johnny and June, love from sun to the moon. I'm here by your side till the last hour arrives. Maybe I'm scared, but I'm here till the end with you. Can be honest with me, feel what you're feeling. If there's a war inside, let it be. Lay down your armor. We're safe here together. You're the tick to my talk, hold the key to my lock. Just like Johnny and June, love from sun until the moon. I'm here by your side till the last hour arrives. Maybe I'm scared, but I'm here till the end with you. You, with you. Oh, with you. You, with you. I'm here till the end with you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So,
I had to throw a little twist at the end there.
yeah. Why don't we talk about it? I don't think we forgot to talk about your other song. Why don't we talk about this one
Yeah.
a little
Oh, yeah.
more into
Well, this
detail?
one, this song was written in quarantine. We just FaceTimed, and we just we were writing a little love song, I guess, and I just came up with this. Johnny and June. I know people talk about Johnny and June a lot, but it came into my head because I was like, "What's a great example of a couple that's really, they're like freewheeling. They've been together and they're dedicated." And it just came into my head, and this is just one of those songs that I think sort of wrote themselves. I don't think it took us very long to write it. But yeah, we're in the process of just recording it via, sending it back and forth via email since we can't meet. And who knows, maybe we'll release it as a single or something.
Ah, I think you should in the future. Heck yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it's fun. It's fun. But it's funny because the song came to us and then I was like, I really hear this in your voice, Lee J. And she was like, I really hear this in your voice. So we're going back and forth arguing about who should sing it. I'm like, no, it should be you. She's like, no, it should be. So we've tried both ways. I still feel like she should sing it, but she's pretty adamant that I should sing it. So I'm in the process of recording my vocal on it.
Whatever works, Alpha.
I know, but that's the beauty about songwriting is like, just because you wrote it doesn't mean you have to sing it. You really have to be willing to let it go if the song calls for a different kind of voice.
Yeah. And that could be another, like if you, that could be another form of income for you also. If other people take on your music and get out there and
Yeah,
promote it, or you never know, maybe a
yeah,
mainstream artist will have it on a movie soundtrack or something.
exactly. It's like you just have to like let all the little tentacles out into the ocean and see what comes back.
But you've had some cool exposure like that, haven't you?
Like
Have you had
sorry.
you've had some songs on some shows or something, haven't you?
Yeah, a couple TV shows. The most recognizable is the Kardashians that played a bunch of my tunes back in the day. And then there's a Canadian show called You, Me, Her. A couple of films, the song we were talking about, Bergenfield, was placed on two films and it made it on both their trailers, actually, which is crazy. One of them is this film called Old Fashioned, which came out in like the Christian film community. And it's got like, I don't even know how many millions of plays this trailer. And I had no idea. I'm like, Googling it. But it's cool because they play the song in the trailer pretty prominently. And it was nice. I was pretty proud of that. I just feel like the song lends itself to trailers, I guess.
Hey, exposure is exposure.
Yeah,
How many
yeah.
people? How many people can say that their song made it even to a trailer?
Yeah,
You know,
absolutely.
and people
It's pretty
always,
cool. And it's made it onto two trailers. So the other film it was on is a film called Baby Steps, which was produced by a Taiwanese American director here, or he directed it, and it was the producer from Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon who produced it. And also a great film,
yeah,
and also worth watching the trailer.
and people always watch trailers. So
Yeah, I certainly do. I like to know what I'm getting into before I watch the movie.
yeah, exactly. And also recently I saw you got to sing on a Rick Springfield song.
Oh, yes. Well, I just sang like some nanas, nothing major, just like a little thing. But I had been playing guitar for this band called the Light Jackets. And one of the lead songwriters in it is Vance DeGeneres, who is Ellen's brother. So he's got some fancy connects in town. He's
Nice.
friends with Rick Springfield. They've got like a bunch of guitar videos up, or songwriting videos up. And so he just asked us to join. So that was fun.
Yeah, that was a cool video too. We all used to love Rick Springfield back in the day.
Yep, Jesse's girl.
Yeah, Jesse's Girl is like worldwide. We all know it, and we know the words to it, no less.
Yep.
It's good to see him out there that he's continuously working, but a lot of times maybe our music tastes change, so we forget about certain types of music. And it was good that he popped the
Yeah.
video out, and I got to see it mainly because you were on it. I saw it through you, and it was great to see.
Cool.
Yeah, it was great to see. Rick out there playing, making another beautiful song.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a great song. It was great for the time, like for what we're going through and just a message of encouragement, which is
Yeah,
what we all need.
yeah, and God bless him. I saw his like life story, and he, even though I mean, people think just because you're a big artist and stuff, life is simple, and his life was, had hiccups in it and trouble, and he was able to work through them all and get through
Yeah.
some hard times, and I thank God that he did.
Yeah. I actually don't know his backstory, but now I'm gonna
Yeah,
Google that.
the typical rock and roll star stuff. Plus he had is it anxiety, or he had something that I think it was the anxiety, which can really take control of your life. So
Oh
he's been
yeah.
working.
And especially when you're in a field where you have to meet people all the time and be in front of crowds all the time.
Yeah, so he I think it was the anxiety. It was something that really that he had to fight hard over his whole life on it. So yeah, it's a great
Wow.
for everybody out there. If you get a chance, there is a you go on YouTube and just Google Rick Springfield, and there's a video out there about kind of like his life, or maybe it was a really good interview I saw, but just amazing. And yeah, he's been fighting his whole life for it.
Wow. Okay, I'll check that out.
Yeah,
Look at that. Who knew?
yeah. So he's been around a long time. So I mean, you're a veteran of the music world. What kind of advice could you give some of these beginning artists that are probably watching right now? You know, to kind of keep in the game. What tips can you give them?
Over the years, I've been asked that question, and I feel like my answer kind of shifts. But these days, I think the biggest piece of advice that I'm just telling people is to just be you and do exactly what you want to do and make the music that you want to make. Because ultimately, even if you make music that you think people want you to make, if you're not going to be happy with it, you're not going to be able to live with it, and that defeats the whole purpose of making music, which is supposed to bring joy to your life. So I guess I'm saying that because now at this point, I've encountered a lot of people who I feel like they're constantly thinking about what they should put out what music they should release rather than digging inside themselves and just figuring out what they want to put out, you know? Yeah, and I think that's tragic.
Well, and record labels have a lot to do with people not feeling good about what they're doing, and
I think so, but I think it's also, it's not even the labels so much now. Now it's like the social media culture and, you know, people really want the validation. And I know I'm guilty. I can say this because I'm guilty of this, but people really want that validation on social media from people. So it's not even the labels really. It's kind of self-inflicted at this point, like the lack of originality just because you want to do the thing you think people are wanting. It's like a mind game, you know? What do they want me to do? It's like it's
yeah,
simple, guys. It's simple. Just do the thing you want to do.
yeah,
And people will see
and
that
the
and it'll
people
be
will
so
come, the
powerful.
people will flock.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so I think I remember you were signed with a San Diego record label, weren't you?
Yeah, I was working with Pacific on my albums Spark and Fury. It came out 2017.
Yeah, that was awesome. And I was saying, well, we've got to get her down here now. If she's working
Oh
with
God.
Pacific,
I
she's probably
know. I
gonna.
used to go down there all the time to record that album and I learned a lot in that period, you know. It was cool, but I definitely grew a lot from that period too.
Ah, cool. All right, well, let's have another song.
Sure. I wrote this one in Nashville. My friend Mark helped me write this. And this is a song called Slow Jam. And I actually play this on PBS. They have a song, wonderful. They have a wonderful show called Songs at the Center. And I was lucky enough to be on that show. And they just, currently that season's on the air. So you can actually see me on PBS right now if you look for your like local, you know, PBS stations. So yeah, this is Slow Jam. Just gonna adjust my headphones. Okay. Here we go. I know they say that absence makes you fonder, but I'm as fun as I could be. So now I'm looking around this picture perfect town, wondering what I'm doing here. Should I hit the city? Should I paint it red? Honestly, I'd rather call you back instead. Ain't no use pretending. Half of my heart stays with you. When I'm gone, you and me sway in my head, playing my song like a slow jam, baby. Make me wanna dance. I can't wait to see you. I just wanna see you and get my whole heart back again. Back in the day, I would be up for whatever. Live in the moment, you know it's not forever. I'm different now. Everything is different with you. Oh, I don't mind the silence. I'm not chasing thrills. I get more excited having time to kill with you. With you, half of my heart stays with you. When I'm gone, you and me sway in my head, playing our song like a slow jam, baby. Make me wanna dance. I can't wait to see you. I just wanna see half of your heart stays with me. When I'm gone, hold it close, knowing I won't be long. Like a slow jam, baby. I don't want this to end. I can't wait to see you. I just wanna see you and get my whole heart back. Nothing against this place, you know I love it, but there's nowhere that's better than where we stay together. No way to measure how good you are for me. Half of my heart, a piece of my heart. Half of my heart stays with you. When I'm and get my heart back. Well, I'm gonna get my whole heart back. Can I get my whole heart back again?
Oh yeah, Alpha, everybody from the Philippines via New Jersey, now up in Los Angeles, California. An amazing singer, songwriter, good friend, and a blessing to the music industry.
Thank you.
And
Kind words.
it's the
Kind words.
truth. It's the truth. You know, come on. I've been following you, and I'm always spinning your music because it's amazing. You really just have some great, amazing tones. I always brag about those different tones and occasionally a little growl in your voice, and it's true. It's just, it is amazing. I'm so glad you're here tonight.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah. So, Indigo, you that's like one of your main weekly performances.
Yeah, well, you know, we had
Was.
been doing that. We were booking music twice a week there, and I was helping them find some artists and playing there myself once or twice a month. And it was great. You know, it's downtown LA. Downtown LA has gotten really revitalized and quite nice, especially down there by LA Live, like Staples Center area. So it's just a great setting. And, you know, unfortunately, hotels right now are just struggling. So the first thing to go is the music. And
Yeah.
the singing, of course, is kind of dangerous right now. So,
Yeah, yeah. I mean, they don't. They're not even allowed to have people here in up there in
yeah,
L.A. Right? You can't even eat in restaurants
right.
anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's an Indigo down here too, and Hans used to perform at it, and it's right
Oh,
there.
cool.
Yeah, right down near the Padre Stadium. So Catherine Beeks of Listen Local San Diego puts on shows there, and she's has kids and then all the way up to adults and full bands or whatever. But it's right there, so people who park and they walk by to go to the stadium to watch the ball games would always stop in, and it was open, so it had sliding doors so that you were inside but the outside could see you and hear you really well. Really
Oh,
cool.
it's awesome.
Yeah, really cool place to play. So maybe when they do open back up, you got to come down and play there.
I would love to. I would absolutely love to. I feel like I've been to the Padres Stadium before. I can't remember when though. Anyway, I
I
have
don't.
horrible memories, so
Yeah, it's been a long time for me. I don't even remember what they call it. Is it? I don't even know what they call it anymore.
yeah, right, right. They have like a corporate name or something.
Yeah, yeah. And the Chargers left, so that you know.
Oh, I don't really follow sports.
Uh, that's okay. But they asked you to come in and do like the national anthem. You would, right?
Yeah,
Heck yeah.
absolutely. And I have, believe it or not, played at a baseball stadium before. I played at the Nashville Sound Stadium. They had me play a couple songs somewhere. I think I don't even remember. It must have been the middle of the game or something, you
Oh
know.
wow. At this
Yeah,
seventh inning stretch maybe.
probably. I didn't shrug.
Well, if it's in the
You know, they told me when to play and I
if
played.
it's in the middle of the game, that's about when it would be because that's the only time that they take a little bit of a break.
Right,
So that was
right.
probably it. Yeah.
I do know that actually because I mean, I do go to baseball games on occasion, but the last time I went was a little over a year ago we saw a game in Tokyo. And man, those guys love baseball. I have not seen that kind of singing or chanting in a baseball stadium before. It was crazy.
Yeah. That's like soccer too. The soccer fans are
Yeah,
really
they're
into.
nuts.
Yeah, they're nuts.
They're also nuts.
They love it. Yeah. Wow. So,
Yeah.
how many songs do you think you've written in your career?
I don't know. Probably, I would think I've definitely crossed the 100 threshold. Um, but I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
Do you have like Whitney Ty was on a couple weeks ago. She's up there in LA too. I told her about that you would be on the show, and she's really talented also. She says she has like a folder for songs that she doesn't think are good enough, and she puts them in a folder and just kind of leaves them there, and then maybe gets back to them later on or something.
Yeah, I think she's probably more organized than I am, but yeah, like if I don't like something, I'll kind of abandon it. But what I wind up doing sometimes is I'll go through my voice memos on my phone and I'll be like, "Oh, that's pretty good." And then I'll finish it like years later. That's happened twice now. Box of Letters, which released in December. And there's one other song, I can't remember. Oh, it's one of the songs that I'm releasing in my album, whenever that date is also I also got from listening back to my voice memos. So that's the thing, just because I give up on them, I know they might have a chance at life later on. It's
Yeah.
just timing.
A song is never done, as a lot of artists tell me. They're just never
Yeah.
done. Even later on, you sometimes just change the lyrics a little bit, or
Yeah.
add a little bit to it. So, well, speaking of that, we're going to play a video of yours,
Sure.
"Fool's Gold." Want to talk about that?
Awesome. Yeah. Fool's Gold came out as a single back in 2017, I want to 18, I can't remember, but this was a song that I actually wound up doing a music video for this. We can't show it. You're showing a live performance, but if you guys go to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/alpha music, and go to the music video, you'll see my little preschoolers who I teach music to, and they're in my music video. They're amazing.
Wow. You hear that, folks? Get out to her YouTube page, and I've been posting her pages, so make sure you guys like all her pages and follow her and all that good stuff. But here is "Fool's Gold," everybody.
Wish 1075.
Spent your life wasting time believing lies they told you in the hardest times. You wondered why all your dreams kept falling through. If you're hoping hard or waiting for someone who can tell you what you're worth, oh, my love, you should know by now. In this big old world of faces, you're still standing out. Oh, my love, you should know by now. While they're digging for fool's gold, you're the realest thing around you. After all this time, you still run and hide from who it is you're meant to be. But the thinnest lines are between truth and lies, and it's never too late to see that you're beautiful the way you are, and I'll tell you what you're worth. Oh, my love, you should know by now. In this big old world of faces, you are still standing out. Oh, my love, you should know by now. While they're digging for fool's gold, you're the realest thing around. Oh, 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 ah, ah, ah. Oh, 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 ah. There's a story in your scars and skin. But you're perfect in your imperfection. If you're hoping mine or waiting for someone who can tell you what you're worth, oh, my love, you should know by now. In this big old world of faces, you're still standing out. Oh, my love, you should know by now. While they're digging for fool's gold, you're the realest thing around. Yeah, they're digging for fool's gold, but you're the realest thing around.
Wishclusive on Wish 1075.
Awesome.
I should probably give a shout out to Wish 107.5, which is that station. They're based in the Philippines, and they're a station. They do video and radio, and they're also here in the States now. And they've just been so nice and supportive. So shout out to you guys if you're watching.
They better be watching. I need a job with them.
Yeah, they're great folk.
That was cool. So that was in the Philippines, you said?
That one's actually here in LA.
In LA.
I was their first performer here when they launched in the US, which they're so sweet. They always remind me, you're our first. You never forget your first.
Yeah.
But yeah, they usually have their buses out in Manila, but they've started a new one here in LA. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
Have you ever thought of doing like a tour over in the Philippines?
I have, yeah. 2000, I went in 2013, 2015, 2016. We did a bunch of dates out there. It was super great.
Oh, wow.
Great scene. Yeah, I definitely need to go back at some point, but just, it's not always the easiest thing to put that together.
But I've known a couple artists that have done that, and they boy, the fans come out.
Yeah, definitely.
Were you doing like the mall circuit and some malls also?
I did a couple like little mall things, nothing incredibly big. I know what you're talking about because I've been to one of those shows. But yeah, I haven't done anything quite that big yet. Hopefully, who knows?
You will.
Yeah, maybe.
But did we talk about that song?
Which one? Fool's Gold?
Fool's Gold.
Yeah. No, I don't think we've talked about it, but I wrote that one, I think in 2015. I was just kind of going through a little bit of a rough patch, and it was just my little self-catharsis, just a reminder. People are digging for fool's gold, but you're the realest thing around. Just like I was telling myself that, but I also kind of feel like people need to tell themselves that all the time. Like, it can be a little bit, especially when you do something where what you're doing and who you are is constantly being looked at and judged. It can, mess with your brain a little bit. And that was certainly a message I needed to hear at the time. So even though I wrote the song, I don't know. I think some people argue that songs kind of come to you from somewhere. So in some ways, maybe that message wasn't really for me after all.
Well, that's, as I said earlier in the beginning of the show, the lyrics, that's an amazing lyric. I mean, fool's gold, and you equate it to different things in life, right? So that's really cool lyrics.
Thank you.
I love it. So everybody, if you're just joining in, I'm DJ Steve. I'm here with Alfa, everybody. She's up in Los Angeles right now, and via the Philippines and New Jersey. And she's just an amazing singer, songwriter. And if you get the chance, go back to her YouTube and go way back in the day to all the old videos and stuff. She's just so entertaining. You can spend a whole day watching her videos. You got some cool videos too. And I watched one just the other day, today or yesterday, prepping for the show. And one was, I don't remember the name, sorry, but one you went camping with some people and
Yes, that's my so I wrote a song in Bisaya, which I was telling you is the language my family speaks, and we did a video out before quarantine hit. So this was like end of February. We went out camping and we filmed the video. So much fun. It was
Is
so
that
nice.
that's not with
Who knew that was the last time we would ever be together?
wow. Wasn't
Yeah.
with Warner, was it?
That one, yes, yes, it was.
Okay, you guys, I would play it if it wasn't, but we'll get muted. So get out and watch that video. It's so cool.
Please check it out, youtube.com/alpha music.
So cool. It's com/C?
Say that again.
If well on the it's alpha.com/C or no. It's alpha it's facebook.com/C/alpha. Did you know there's a C in there?
Wait to get to my Facebook page
Yeah.
or
No, YouTube.
oh, youtube.com/alpha music.
For some reason it showed me a C and I got a C up there. I might have to go in.
Oh,
Might have to change that. I don't know if I can do
yeah,
that.
just alpha music if you're on YouTube. I think they do the @ sign now too.
Huh. I don't know if I can change that without messing things up, so I'm going to leave it alone.
Ooh, so I've been keeping this on so I could see comments,
Oh.
and I haven't been reading them. I'm
Ants,
sorry.
go ahead and
Hi
look.
guys.
Alpha's there.
Anyway, yeah. Yeah. This is fun. This is fun. How are you doing over there?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much. I love doing this.
I can tell.
in these times, it's just helpful because you get kind of bummed out. I'm home alone a lot, and you don't get out and do the things you normally do. Like I'm normally going out to shows a couple, 2, 3 times a week, checking out the local talent and stuff. And I haven't been able to do that in a long time.
I'm sure if it's something you'd been doing for such a long time before, it's so weird.
Yeah.
It's like we've gone into the twilight zone a little bit, you know?
Well, it's still weird putting the mask on everywhere you go. That's
I
still
know.
weird.
Although, it's funny is last year I was in Korea and I remember, there was one day in Seoul where the pollution was quite high and my friend was like, here's a mask, wear it. And I was like, man, like I could tell how normal it was for everybody there to wear masks because of the pollution. And, I think in general, you'll see a lot more of that when you're in Asia.
Yeah, China.
And I remember even thinking, I was like, this would not fly in America. And here we are 1 year later, and it's been
Yep.
proven.
And we're fighting over it.
Yeah.
Everybody's
Exactly. It's pretty funny.
yeah. Wow. Just wear your mask. Let's get done with this stuff. If that's what it's going
That's
to
how I
take.
feel. I'm like, guys, it's one small sacrifice. Just
If-
put that thing on your face and,
If that's
we'll
what
be
it's going
okay.
to take, let's do it.
Yep.
Wow. So I normally would ask what's in your immediate future, but your immediate future is kind of on hold. But where do you see what's going to be happening maybe like next year or something? Anything
Well,
planned?
I actually do have an immediate future. I'm working on my record. I've adjusted, so I've actually wound up like upgrading my home studio a little bit, so I can do a lot more of the tracking here and then send it over to my producer. And we've been doing it that way. So it's a bit slower than I wanted the process of this album to be, but it will be done. I just have to figure out what's the best way to release it and when it can be released. So that's it on the creative end, but on the life end, I'm actually going back to school in fall. So I'm going to be getting my teaching credential and getting certified to be a teacher. So I'm excited for that. It's definitely going to be a change, but I figured now's a good time since I can't really go out and gig for a little while.
Yeah, and everybody needs a day job, right? Nowadays.
Well,
So
I've been teaching music anyway, so it seems logical to me just to be a credential teacher now, like official. But I've been teaching for about 9 years, teaching music, and it's been, if I'm not doing shows, I'm able to, teach some students. I've had some students with me for a long time now. I actually recently started teaching Lauren Hill, kind of oddly. She just sort of like
wow.
asked me to teach her children and then eventually was like, will you teach me? And it's been trippy.
Lauren
It's been
Hill,
really trippy,
like-
but awesome. I know.
Wow.
She's amazing. I was like fangirling so hard, I had to calm myself down.
Yeah.
Like, you're the teacher, calm down.
What's she been up to?
She has been doing some shows before quarantine hit. She had been doing some shows, and I'm not sure now what she's doing, but she seems very interested in learning. So, I'm looking forward to some new Lauryn Hill jams.
Yeah, heck yeah. Maybe you can co-write or something.
I know, right? Slip that in there.
Yeah, yeah. You got to.
Yeah.
So up in LA, do you run across a lot of like mainstream artists and actors and
Yeah, I'd say it's pretty not as my husband runs into actors and famous people all the time because of where he works. He works at a bookstore up on Sunset Boulevard that a lot of people, celebrities and authors, they do events and whatever. So he's always dealing with those people. So he has definitely beat me. Like if we have a running list, I think he's met more than me. But I've definitely met my fair share. I've hung out with Quentin Tarantino and
wow.
I met Steve Carell last August.
Nice. He's funny.
Yeah, there's been a few cool people, and you just kind of like you got to play it cool and not be a nerd. That's
Yeah.
what I say. Yeah.
Till you walk out of the room and then
Yeah, exactly. Like meeting Steve Carell was crazy because I love The Office. I'm a huge fan, and I met him through one of my bandmates, and he was like, "You're the new guitarist," and I'm like, "Ah, Steve Carell." I'm like, "Hi, I love The Office." Like I just had to be like, "Get yourself together, come on," you know.
well he's got that he's got that new series out.
Yes.
What's it called?
Oh gosh, Space Force.
Space Force.
We watched a couple of episodes. Yeah, I saw a couple episodes of it. It was okay. It wasn't my favorite.
Yeah.
But I still love it. I still love Steve Carell no matter
I don't
what.
know if that's like a poke at the administration because they're started up.
I think so.
They started
Oh,
up Space
it's pretty
Force.
funny.
Yeah, it's funny. I don't think it made it to another season, but the ones I saw were kind of funny.
Yeah, they were funny. I was, I think the first couple episodes I liked, and then after a few, I was like, well,
Yeah,
it's not The Office.
it's not. That's a great. We can all watch it on reruns on Netflix if you haven't seen it.
Yeah, yeah.
So do you binge out a little bit on Netflix with all this Corona stuff?
Yes, I've been getting into Community, which I know it's a few years late, but I didn't jump on the Community train when it was on TV. So I've been enjoying that. What else? I've gone on a bit of a Hitchcock trip, so I've been watching a lot of Hitchcock movies. Just one day was like, I really haven't watched a lot of Hitchcock, so, went down that rabbit hole. It's pretty cool.
It can happen.
Cool films.
Well, how many more songs you got in the bucket for us tonight?
Oh, I've got a bunch.
You got a bunch? Okay, because
Yeah.
we've been, believe it or not, we've been on the air for an hour already.
I know, time flies.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Time flies when you're having fun.
When you're
but
in the
yeah,
un-
I'm happy to play a song for you guys.
Yeah,
Do you know my song Blue by any chance?
I do.
I think I'm. Oh, there goes my cuckoo clock. Hold
If
on.
I know the words,
if
can
you
I
can
sing
hear
with
that.
you?
What's that?
Since I know the words, can I sing with you?
Please sing with me. I would absolutely love that. In fact, you don't happen to have a kazoo on hand, would you?
Oh, I don't. But Hans's partner Denise plays this kazoo in one of their songs.
I'm gonna. Yeah, okay. Well, I was gonna see if you could play a kazoo with me, but it's okay. What are the chances you have a kazoo?
Yeah.
That's a strange question.
Wait a minute. Let me reach into my pocket.
Exactly. I'm the person who weirdly will always have a kazoo on hand, but most normal people don't. All right, so this is Blue. You and me, we work together. Endlessly, we're bound forever. Hold me close. Don't let me go. We fight sometimes, we kiss and make up. Epic highs and pointless breakups. I'm stuck on you. I promise to be the one you always run to, effortless and close enough to tell your secrets to.
go blue. Ooh, 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 ooh. Give me time to get my mind straight. Wanna run, want to test my fate. Well, now I know it's you for sure. I'll be the one you always run to, effortless and perfect for you. I make sense with you. So take a seat, we'll watch the world go blue. Ooh, 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 ooh. If you wait long enough till I made up my mind enough, I promise you I will be there. Sometimes I can read your eyes, and then I am paralyzed. There is no winning without you. Hold me close, don't let me go. Blue, ooh, 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 ooh. I'll be the one you always run to, effortless and close enough to tell your secrets too. So take a seat, we'll watch the world go blue.
Yeah. That's Alpha, everybody. Very good. And that kazoo was amazing. Wow,
Thank
you're
you.
probably the
These
best
things, I love these things.
you're the best kazoo player I know.
No way.
And they're like
I'm sure there's like a great competition somewhere, you know.
and they're like what 99 cents each?
Yeah, I actually get these in bulk because I used to do a lot of college shows and I would just buy a whole bunch of them and give
Pass
them
them
away
out,
for free
throw
with
them to the audience.
my info on them. And
Wow.
oddly, you know, I have some fancier kazoos that are like $3, $5, you know, but these sound better to me. I actually like these little cheapy ones better.
Well, cool. We'll talk about Blue. That's from way back in the day, right? Because I remember spinning that
That
one.
is. Yeah. Blue, I wrote it. Well, my sister had been going through a bit of like drama at the time. This was years ago. She's very settled now, has a kid and all this, but she was going through some romantic drama. And, you know, I just started writing about it one day. I think I was on Google Chat with my college roommate and telling her what the situation was. We were gossiping. And I had my ukulele on me as we're Google chatting. And then the idea just came into my head. I think the ooh, 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 ooh. So I just sort of started writing as I was chatting,
Very
and that's
catchy,
what it is.
very catchy
Yeah.
song.
Thank
I
you.
think we're all going to be singing it tonight, later on.
I hope so. Hi, Joe. I just realized Joe's watching, and Brian. Yeah. Hi, guys.
Shout out to
Thanks for joining us on a Saturday.
Brian and Joe. Yeah, the show hour is kind of a weird hour. It's really like at dinner time, and So some Saturday nights it gets packed. Other Saturdays a little sparse. But people come back and watch, especially the UK, because they're all in bed now, so they'll wake up in the morning and
Yeah.
they'll watch it in the
Well, that's
morning.
what's so great about Facebook. You just like, it stays up there and you can just keep watching it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Very cool. So how intense were the kazoo lessons? Is what I want to know.
My kazoo lessons, like, or how I learned it.
You had to pay hundreds of dollars to get lessons, right?
Yeah, yeah, right, right. I actually wind so those college shows I was telling you about, I would wind up having to teach people how to play kazoo because I'd give them away and then all of them would not know how to. They'd be like this, and I'd be like, okay, hold on. I like stop the whole show
Give us a lesson
and be
right
like,
now. Give us a lesson.
okay, if you guys happen to have a kazoo on hand, I actually have a tutorial on YouTube that you can
Wow.
also watch.
This
But
girl
if
is
you're already
amazing.
on here, don't blow into the kazoo is the number one thing. That's the first mistake. You have to hum. So if you go then you'll actually get some sound out of it. And then you'll find that if you manipulate your pitch, the kazoo will follow you. And that's really all. That's all there is to it.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's good times.
So how many songs do you have a kazoo in?
I have, oh, well, you can add a kazoo in anything, really. But I think Blue, I started incorporating that in my live shows. But Bean's Song, which is another song I have on ukulele, that one actually has the kazoo like recorded and everything as part of it.
Well, let's speak about Bean because that's an amazing video. Also, a lot really fun video. I love
Yeah.
because in the video, and you guys go to YouTube after the show, uh, you know, bookmark her page and watch some videos. But this particular video, she's walking over this bridge. It's kind of I didn't realize it, but it was black and white, right, in the beginning. And
Yes.
then she kind of I don't want to ruin the video, but then it comes to color, and the
Yeah, it's cool.
kazoo comes out.
The kazoo comes out. Yep, yep. And that's it's very colorful by the time we're in the kazoo scene.
Yeah, very really fun video. I just seen that for the first time today, actually, when I was kind of previewing some of your videos and stuff. I said, "Wow,
Oh, that's awesome.
wanted to-
Thank you for watching it.
I
Yeah,
wanted
it was
to-
great to make.
I wanted to share it, but
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, right.
you know,
Yeah.
but
You
I
gotta
guess-
watch it on YouTube, guys. Actually, next time we do this, let me know ahead of time. I'll make sure that you're allowed to play them.
well, I guess it's a good thing. Warner's watching for your betterment.
Yeah, so I think that's the purpose for it, but it can, yeah, it's more just preparation ahead of time. Like as long as I let them know, they can clear whoever to play them.
Yeah, because it ruins my shows. I did a Christmas show, not realizing that most people were using tracks from a Christmas song.
Oh,
And
interesting. Yeah.
numerous songs got muted, Christmas songs. So
Yeah.
luckily they didn't mute it till after the show. So the people that were watching, it was okay. They got to see it. But you know what they mute too is I used to always have the national anthem, and I would find like kids or young artists that were doing like an NFL game, and they would sing the national anthem before it. And I was playing those, and they started muting those.
Oh,
Because,
wow.
they were singing to a track, but
It's like, every year they're figuring out the intellectual property stuff and clamping down a little more because obviously in the early days of the internet, like you could get away with whatever. But yeah, I guess that's just the nature of it.
yeah. So, but it does protect the copyright people and
Yes,
all that
it
good
does.
stuff.
It
Yeah.
does.
Wow. So, what do you do for fun? I mean, maybe pre-Corona days, but what's your fun
Oh
stuff?
yeah. It's so funny you say that because I just had a conversation with my husband who was making fun of me because not making fun of me, but I don't what I consider fun is like not what most normal people consider fun. So like during quarantine, I've been learning Russian.
What?
I don't know. I know it's crazy, but like when I was in college, I got kind of interested in it, but then life happened. I actually studied French because I was an international relations major. So I studied French and I'm pretty good at French. I'm like advanced level. I studied abroad and all that. But I took a semester of Russian and I was like, this is so cool, but I have no time to learn this because it's so difficult. I think it's like a category 4 language, which is one below the hardest. And the hardest is like Mandarin, Japanese,
Wow.
Arabic. So now that I have time, I'm like, well, now would be the time to start learning how to read in Cyrillic and, how to say all those weird words. But it's pretty fun. It's a great language.
What will you do with it?
No idea. I mean, that's why it's fun, right?
Well, you could always get a job as a translator, I mean,
Oh gosh, I'm years away from ever being that good. But it's at least if I ever, visited Russia or some Russian speaking
well,
place,
the Russian mafia is in LA. You could,
yeah, I'll ask them if they can maybe help me learn my Russian.
well, once you learn it, they may need you and,
Oh gosh.
represent one of their outlaws or something.
Yeah, yeah, that's a good plan, Steve. I'll look for the Russian mafia.
I'm sure it pays well.
I'm sure that's true. Good point. Maybe I don't have to become a teacher after all.
There you
Right?
go. Couple of Russian customers, you'll be fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, cool. So you know what? I'm going to play another video.
Sure. And I've got a bunch of other songs too. So what,
Yeah.
however many you'd like me to play.
Yeah. We're going to pound a few songs out because we're actually, this show's flying by. Let me get to YouTube real quick. What song did we say we could play and get away with?
God writes happy endings. I think there's
I thought I had it.
and yeah, I think you've got it.
Let's play that for everybody. All right, here is God Write Happy Endings.
Woke up today in the darkness. A ghost sat in my room. Told it all of my secrets. How bad I've been missing you. But when I'm awake, I just wanna sleep to fill an empty space. Where do I go now, I wonder, fixed to the anchors of fate. But God writes happy endings. God writes happy endings. God writes happy endings. And me and you will have our happy ending too. When I'm asleep, you're a traveler. You're packed and ready to go, fading away in the distance to places I'll never know. Weary the world spins on and on. I don't know how it ends. Do you come back? Did you love me at all? Did half your heart pretend? God writes happy endings. God writes happy endings. God writes happy endings. And me and writes happy endings. God writes happy endings. God writes happy endings. And me and you will have our happy ending. Me and you will have some happy end. Me and you will have our happy ending too.
Wow, I haven't heard that one in a long time.
I still remember when you sent it to me, and I
Yeah.
started
Oh,
spinning.
cool.
I started spinning it. It was
Right on.
pretty cool. It's kind of a sleeper of a song, you know.
Little bit. Oh, like it
No,
makes you tired.
No, I don't mean sleepy. I mean it kind of like starts out and you kind of get swept away with it.
Yeah, it's mood. It's got a mood. Actually,
Yeah.
you know what we were talking about previously, how I like have voice memos and then old songs come back to me. That's one of them. I wrote that one about my last really bad breakup, which was forever ago. And I remember writing it and like abandoning it because it was just too painful. And then like years later, I dug it up and obviously like time had passed, so I was able to listen to it again and was like, oh, this is a pretty cool song. So, you know, stuff like that happens sometimes.
And if I remember correctly, you got a couple breakup songs, a couple good breakup songs.
Yeah, I got a couple of good breakups. Not even necessarily about my breakups too. I
Yeah.
like talking about my friends' lives.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. So there's War. Is that a breakup song?
No, War is actually my post-college, like not knowing what to do with my life,
And then
being very restless.
what's the
That
other
sort of
song?
Yeah.
Name another old breakup song.
Gosh.
I know I'm putting you on the spot. I used to spin 'em.
Yeah, and I'm running through all this stuff in my head.
I'm
Round and Round is kind of a breakup song. That one came out. I don't even know if anyone saw that video. My husband actually directed it, but Round and Round was a breakup tune. Yeah, you know, I don't know. That's one I can definitely think of.
Yeah,
But
I have a lot of your songs in my brain. I just can't remember the names. But
I have a lot of my songs in my brain too. It's very hard for me to like differentiate between them sometimes. I'm like a mom that has like 100 babies and it's like, who's who?
but what's really cool is you incorporate all your friends into all your videos. You got some cool videos and you're
Yeah, cheap labor. No, I'm just kidding. But you know, it can be kind of a slog to do videos. Like they look like fun in the end, but in reality, they're really tiring and a lot of work, and there's so much that goes into it. And so, since I'm an indie artist, so I have a say, you know, and I would much rather have my friends with me.
and
And they're so nice; they say yes.
yes. And your husband, you said he directed a video. Was he a good director, or did he push you too hard, or
No, he didn't push me at all. He was very, very good. And it was an easy video in terms of like people because it was just me. So it was more the logistics. I'm like spinning around on a platform. So it was more the logistics of filming the platform. And then there was a screen in the back and coordinating that. But yeah, he did a great job. He just really liked the song, even though it was a breakup song. Yeah.
well, we were all excited when you got married because it seemed like there was a in your life,
Yeah, a little bit of a pickup. It was cool. It was
You
cool.
could
And
tell.
you know, I've known Rob since forever. He's been there since my first album came out, my first full record came out. So he's seen a lot of this journey. He's been so supportive and just very not just supportive, but also he challenges me artistically. So I appreciate that about him. He definitely keeps me grounded in the art.
Big shout out, Rob.
Big shout out. I don't know what he's doing right now. He's probably writing actually. So he's been writing during quarantine. He's likes writing short stories and novels and stuff. So
Oh, great.
he's most likely doing that right now.
Yeah. All right. So let's have another song while we got a little bit
Sure,
of
yeah.
time
I'm
left.
gonna do another new one. This is called Love Is Our Luxury. I actually might just call this Luxury. I don't even know. I don't even know. It's that and you guys.
All right.
You brought the bed and I brought the mattress. Two wooden nightstands badly mismatched. They call it rustic, but we know it's beat up. But every little piece is a piece that built us. Oh, every little piece is a piece that built us. Paint is cracked, lease is up, rent is crazy, but in our home it's me and you. Like a king and queen who rule, we can let our dreams come true. Oh, how we reign like royalty. It's not the dust we see, we're high society. Love is our luxury. Love is our luxury. It ain't much, I know, but it's amazing. In these four walls we make a haven. From that noisy world we crash into. Yeah, you give me love and it carries me through. You give me love. Seasons change, people too. I will stay with you, 'cause in our home it's me and you. Like a king and queen who rule, how we let our dreams come true. Oh, how we reign like royalty. It's not the dust we see, we're high society. Love is our luxury. Love is our luxury. Currency is man-made, what we have is handmade. Some things in life we can't appraise. The home we built together can outlast any weather. We'll still be standing when time fades. 'Cause in our home it's me and you. Like a king and queen who rule, how we let our dreams come true. Oh, how we reign like royalty. It's not the dust we see, we're high society. Love is our luxury. Oh, love is our luxury. Love is our luxury. Love is our luxury.
Love is our luxury. Talk about that.
Yeah, I wrote this one with my friend Michelle. She's a Swiss singer-songwriter. And you know, we both had been living in, I mean, I don't have a fancy apartment now at all, but I was thinking about the time when I lived in an even smaller apartment, and Rob and I just moved in together after we got engaged. And, you know, all our stuff was like found or given to us or like secondhand. Mostly because, you know, we just didn't know where we would wind up settling. So, you know, what's the point of getting all nice stuff if you aren't really settled? And also, we just weren't making a lot of money because we were both creative people. And I was thinking about how it really, you know, of course, you're frustrated sometimes if you're like, financially insecure or whatever. But there's also this beauty of like, it's kind of nice to not, to just subsist on our life together and what we have and not to worry about the stuff we have, if that makes any sense. Like, you know, I don't have a fancy whatever foldable mattress, you know, the thing that goes up and down, but love is our luxury, and it's all good. And what's more important is that we have this story of how we piece the life together, you know.
Dang. Wow, that's amazing. True love, right? Where you
Yeah,
you
I
you
would say so. I
you
would say
kind
so.
of the fancy stuff isn't so important. It's just more the time you get to spend with each other and the
Yeah,
quality time you have in your life.
absolutely. And you know, I do think, I mean, I still feel like I'm not an adult yet, but I feel like one day when I am an adult and like settled and have my own house or whatever, I think we'll look back on these years when we were like, you know, artistically struggling a little bit, and I think we'll look at them really fondly. I think we'll see them as a really huge time in our lives for growing as a couple and growing as people. And so yeah, just all beauty, just seeing the blessing in that, you know.
Wow, that's awesome. All right, so if everybody's just tuning in, this is Alpha here. She's been singing and playing songs all night long, and we played a couple of her videos, and we've been getting up close and personal, learn a lot about her. That some things about her, amazing, amazing. So wow, so what you never really said the other things you do for fun. I want to know other
Besides
things
Russian.
besides besides learning Russian while you're on at home.
Yeah, I know, right? What do I, gosh, I feel so boring, but like, yeah, I'll like watch Netflix and go running. I'm into running right now, especially because it's quarantine. I've gotten my mileage up a bit. That doesn't even sound that fun to a lot of people, I'm sure.
Wow. Okay.
Running and Russian.
Wow.
And
Do you listen to Russian while you're running?
no, I don't. Oh gosh, my brain would be so distracted, I'd probably get hit by a car or something. But oh God, knock on wood. Yeah, I don't know what else I do for fun really. I just chill out when I can because I think my days are filled with doing my music stuff and then teaching and Russian and all that. So my free time, I wind up just chilling and like watching movies or TV or catching up with friends. I love catching up with my friends right now because I feel so isolated.
Do you play video games?
I'm not a video game person. I really, you know, it's not for lack of trying. I think we got like Mario Kart, something so simple, and I still can't really get into it. Just not how my brain works.
Probably a good thing.
No, I wish I was because I see how much fun people have doing it, and it doesn't stick with me, you know.
Yeah. Wow. Well, we need another song. We're kind of running out of time
Yeah.
here, so let's have
Should we
another
do
song.
one more song?
Let's do it. What's your closer?
Oh goodness, what's my closer? Well, I've got a couple of different options here. I could either do that Joni Mitchell cover, or I could sing that Bisaya song in Filipino, or I could do the Bean song. Those are the options. What do you think?
Let's do the Filipino song. That'd be nice to hear.
Yeah,
Hear that.
sure. All right. Well, this is called Alindahaw, which means well, I'm referring to a dragonfly in this song, but technically it means rain shower. I basically wrote this song because I was thinking about my grandparents' house in the Philippines. They live on a farm down in the south of the Philippines. And I remember when I was a kid when they were just building this house and there was like no electricity, no running water. We would have to walk down to the spring and put water in a pail and yank it up. And, you know, bonfires every night because there was no electricity. And it's come a long way. They have internet now. And they only have like 2 blackouts now a day, which is, but it's so nice. And whenever I think of a place that's just really peaceful and really close to nature, I like to think of their farm. So I kind of wrote this song about that. Oh, 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 oh. Kanindot nga adlaw dinhi sa bukid, mga panganod nga daw kaputi like cotton candy. Langit nga bughaw, hapit na ako. Mukalimot, huna-huna ni mo, kahilong kaayo. Lupa
Lupad-lupad na gamay nga alindahaw. Sayaw-sayaw na diri sa sapa. Lupad-lupad na gamay nga alindahaw. Nagapangita ba ikaw ug bagong mingaw? Sorry, woo. Had a little thing come into my throat. Quiet little breeze singing over me carries my mind up to the sky or into the trees. Something about this day I could stare into, and in no time I discover a way to forget about you. Lupad, lupad na little dragonfly, dance the night away by the riverbed. Lupad, lupad na little dragonfly, or do you wanna fall in love again? I got a ways to go again. Oh, I gotta fly. Lupad, lupad na gamay nga alindahaw. Sayaw, sayaw na diri sa sapa. Lupad, lupad na gamay nga alindahaw. Nagapangita ba ikaw ug bagong mingaw? Nagapangita ba ikaw ug bagong mingaw? Nagapangita ba ikaw? Oh, oh, oh. Oh, oh. Oh, oh. Oh, oh.
Yeah. Another sing along. That was great. I love that. I
Thank
love it.
you.
I love it.
Thank you so much.
So, do you have a lot of family out here, or mostly back in the Philippines?
Yeah, yeah, I've got a lot of family all over. Actually, they're all over the world, which makes it nice when I go traveling. You always find somebody.
Yeah.
But most of them are still in the Philippines. My mom's out here in LA. My sister's out in the East Coast still. She's back in Jersey, and then we have a lot of family in between as well.
Well, great. Why don't you give a shout out to your social medias?
Sure, yeah. If you guys feel like following, youtube.com/alpha music, at alpha_music on Instagram, and facebook.com/alpha music here on Facebook. Follow me on Facebook. I haven't really been doing a ton. I've just been sort of in my creative phase working on this album, but I would sometime this month. I'm thinking of doing a live stream or two before my schedule gets kind of crazy. So hopefully, if you're free, Steve, you should come say hello.
Oh yeah, and get your internet fix, and then I can teach you
Seriously,
the
they're coming on Thursday.
the art of streaming.
Yeah, seriously, OBS.
You can do some cool stuff. Wait till you see the show back. I've been kind of flashing your social medias and doing some things for you.
Cool. Awesome. I've been peeking at it actually. It
Oh,
looks
okay,
great.
cool.
This is very meta. Now we're on the show talking about the show, looking at the show.
Yeah, that gets a little crazy.
Yeah.
My iPad kind of I apologize. I'm not able to type to these people, but my iPad ran out. I don't know, ran out of power or something. So I'm on my iPhone, but I can't. I'm going blind. I'm old, so I can't really see what's going on. But I want to say thank you to everybody who's been watching. there are a few comments when you get off the show. Maybe go on and say hi to these people. And
Yeah,
over
for
over the
sure.
next,
Hi, Ruth.
Ruth is up there in Los Angeles area.
Oh, right on. Cool.
She
Yeah,
actually
thanks for tuning in.
she actually grew up back in my hometown, Amsterdam, New York.
Oh,
So she's an
cool.
East Coast
You
girl
know,
like you.
my husband's family is also from well, it's not, you may not consider it upstate, but up in Orange County, New York.
Yeah, that's closer to the city.
Yeah. Well, that's the running joke, right? Like, if you live in like Jersey or New York City, everything is upstate. But then when you live upstate, you're like, yeah, that's not upstate. Come on, Westchester, what is that?
Yeah. Yeah, or people think if you live upstate that you're a New York City person. So
Yeah.
you get that a lot too. Oh, you're from New York, and they're like they'll walk on the other side of the street.
Yeah. And you're like, no, 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 it's a very big state. It's not just the city.
Yeah, exactly. And it's huge.
Yeah.
A lot of beautiful
Yes.
beautiful country. Upstate New York is very beautiful. And there's a lot to see. I mean, the Cooperstown Hall of Fame,
Yeah.
the soccer Hall of Fame's in upstate New York, the the wrestling federation is in my
Is it in
hometown.
New York? Oh,
Yeah.
really? I didn't know that.
The last
That's
time I went home,
interesting.
which was a few years back, there's the that's there. It's like, what the heck? And I had to get a T-shirt for one of my kids' friends to bring back. But yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
even there. So there's a lot of cool stuff up there in upstate New York. If you guys get there, and all you New Jerseyans, you can venture up there yourselves. And
We used to go up all the time. We would drive through a lot because we'd go up to Canada, to Toronto and Montreal, and and you of course drive through there. And my husband's family is from there, so they live up in he has some family up in Greenville near Albany,
oh yeah,
so we'd be up there for that. It's so beautiful. It's like heartbreakingly beautiful up there.
yeah, and there's so like snow skiing, so much to do. I
I
ca-
think I remember. I think I had a show up in I want to say Buffalo or something, and I drove up there
that's
because I was
way
coming
way up.
from. I'm sorry.
That's pretty far up. Yeah, Buffalo.
Yeah, but I was driving through, and I remember driving through the Finger Lakes region, and it was just after a snow. I had to stop the car just so I could just look because I was like, "Wow, where am I?" It was so magical.
Well, you can live there cheap, Alpha, if you want
I know, right? And just make music.
to make music.
Seriously.
And
Yeah,
there's probably no coronavirus there.
I know. It's so true.
So way out there.
Yeah,
Well, thank you so much, Alpha. I really appreciate. Finally, we got to get you on the
I
show,
know.
and
We got it. We figured it out. It worked.
figured it out. It's a process. Every artist I have on, I have to go through with them and try
It's
to
all good.
help them figure out their stuff. But yeah, that's all good. It's a lot of fun. And when you get the internet fixed, we'll get on and really dial you in and have you back on again.
Right on. Sweet. Thanks for having me.
But I still want to get you and my son Hans to do a song. I think your two voices would be amazing together
I mean, I'm down. I'm
because
down. Yeah.
he's got those raw tones like you have in your voice,
Yeah.
but different.
Yeah, he has a great voice.
It would I think you guys would mesh really really well.
Cool.
But you stay there and we'll say goodbye to everybody else.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you everybody.
tuning in.
Send some hearts up
Bye.
the screen. Please share and yeah, we love you. Bye bye.